Star. Stop
Okay,
singing,
I don't
Terry.
see Kevin, but we can open the meeting and go from there. Okay, I want to welcome you to our 2/21/23 ZBA hearing. And we want to do intros, Kathy? Okay.
Kathy Mayo?
Bonnie Winona McKinnon.
I'm Terry Bonzo, the chair.
Teresa Bascom, Vice Chair.
Okay, now let me read the rules. When you guys can come up at the table if you want. Are you the abutter, are you the applicant?
Yeah.
Are you the applicant too?
I hate to stand on.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read the rules here. It says the chairperson shall call the hearing into session and read the application. Members of the board may ask any questions at any point during their testimony. Each person who appears shall be required to state their name and address and indicate the affiliation with the case. Any member of the board, through the chair, may request a person to speak a second time. Any person in the case who wants to ask a question of another party must do so through the chairperson. The applicant shall be present, present their case, and those abutters in favor shall be allowed to speak. The abutters in opposition will be allowed to speak. The board will hear any evidence that pertains to the case from any other party that wishes to speak. The applicants and those in favor shall be allowed to speak in rebuttal. The opposition shall be allowed to speak in rebuttal. And then the hearing will be closed, and then we'll do our deliberating, and we have up to 30 days to, within a 30-day period, but usually we do it that same night, so. Okay, so let me read the case. I'm gonna open this case. This is case 23-001 VA, application from Shane Norton, Norton Construction LLC, requesting a variance from Article 2, Section C, 3A of the Nottingham zoning ordinance to permit the building of an addition to the second floor of an existing two-floor home with a proposed second floor 14 feet from the side property setback, where a 20-foot setback is required in a residential zone. The property is located at 20 Sunrise Lane in Nottingham, New Hampshire, and is identified as tax map 1, lot 25. Now, I just want to let you know, you're entitled to a 5-member board. We only have 4, but you have to the end of the case, before we close the case, to decide if you want to have the 4-member board rule on it. So that's up to you. So there's no alternate to. Okay, so you can start your case. You can read your 5 criteria and explain to us what you're looking to do.
Please introduce yourself first, though, for the
Yeah.
record.
I am Shane Norton. I own Norton Construction. This is Mr. and Mrs. Moran. And this is one of their neighbors who just wanted to come by and in support.
Thank you. And for the record, you do need to make sure you're speaking into the microphone because our land use clerk needs to be able to hear what you're saying in order to do the minutes, okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep. So our is pretty easy. We're just, we have a second floor on the house already. We're just bringing the first floor bedroom up into the second floor bedroom as well. So we're just kind of changing the shape of the second floor. In doing so, though, even though the house is already in, if you look at the house from the road, is 14.6 feet from the stake for the property line. I know it needs to be 20, but this is the existing property, nothing that we have done. So we're just going up a little higher in that thing, and I did bring some pictures, if you would like me to kind of show you.
Yeah, I went out, I don't know, some of the other board members, I went out, I took some pictures and looked at it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But
So-
I don't think they.
Yeah, so we're not breaking any ground. We're kind of just using airspace is still going to be in that 14.6.
I know it's like,
So it's kind of a technicality, but would you like to kind of see what it?
Yes. How the new thing
Yeah.
is different
So-
from the first one, the existing.
If you look here, This is the corner here, that is 14.9 feet.
Were those stakes you put, I saw some stakes.
Yeah.
Are those actually from a surveyor? Or
Yeah.
what's that?
They were there when we purchased the
And then
house.
this is,
What was that?
They were there when we purchased the house.
Oh, okay,
if you line that up,
because I see they lined
it's
up
gonna
with
be a
these
little,
bushes.
Oh, I see.
see a little bit of,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
triangle there. And, you know, so it's very, very similar to what is there. If you line these two up, those are the side views of it, that's really the best pictures. So yeah, this we're
Changing the
talking about a
roof
little,
line.
little airspace on the roof line there. Yep. So yeah, same thing. This is the best way I could come up
No,
with.
no,
kind
that
of
was a good
showing
idea.
you.
Thanks,
You know,
good
so this is the
presentation.
roof line. You line it, you know, it's not exactly perfect, but see how, it's a little space here and a little space on this back corner.
So you're not gonna tear that foundation out, are you?
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Well, I saw the
First-
foundation and I
Yeah.
saw some plans, I thought, but when I looked at it, I thought you weren't gonna tear it.
No, there's no touching the soil,
Okay.
so that's why, you know, we were talking to Dale,
That's a challenging road.
you know, it was a pretty straightforward.
I went down there, I said, man, this is, good thing you had that turnaround, I would've got out of there.
Yeah,
Walk down there, yeah.
Looks like all your damage was from, did they plow?
Yeah,
I could see rocks pulled out.
it was plowed when it was it hasn't been frozen, so.
No, I know, it. All winter we
Well, it's
haven't
been
had, we haven't had a
been a
big frost
good
all
year,
winter.
good winter.
I'm not exactly always,
Snow blower that was thrown out.
but how does this new addition impact the setback? Looks like it's the
It goes straight, it doesn't, it's a technicality.
Right, because
He,
they're going up.
Dale can't approve anything inside 20 feet, even if it doesn't break ground, even if it goes straight up. So he needs the board to approve it.
Well, the last building inspector could. Because I built the second floor in my studio.
Don't talk
because
too
you-
loud.
Past it, whatever, but still.
Yeah, I know,
No, I
I
got a
think they
building
would,
permit and
I don't, I
everything.
think Dale treats it that way because,
The law.
He just does solid line, that way there's no, you know,
Right.
somebody comes to the next meeting, says, you didn't make them do it, and that's.
well, it's like somebody could go up, you know, I
Yes,
mean, you got a 35-foot rule, but I mean,
Right.
you could go up and,
Yeah.
yeah, just keep adding on, and so that's why he did it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, it's an existing structure, and I see you own, I mean, I looked at the septic design, I mean, you own more land in Northwood than you do in.
Yeah,
Funny.
yeah, across the street.
they go across the street, so there's no,
That
there's
was
no.
good, because, I mean, I don't know where you would've put a septic,
No, not at all, no.
no. Yeah, that was a good spot, you got it way in the back.
Yeah, and the house next door has the same kind of setup, across the street.
Oh, so his
Yeah,
is in the
septic
back,
too, yeah,
okay.
yeah, septic's in the back.
Yeah, and your well is like right up, I tried to look, it took me a while to find your well.
Yep.
It was in the back
It's right
corner.
near that stake on that
Yeah,
corner.
near the gas bottle and, yeah.
That's good, he owns the land, so no problems with people having vision to the water or anything like that as well.
Yeah, I know, that's good, you're not gonna block anybody.
No blocking of anything, so.
But, okay, you could just read your 5 criteria and,
Oh, the questions on the,
yeah, there's not much there to,
yeah, granting the variance would not be contrary to the public interest because we're not disturbing the soil or expanding the footprint of the home. If the variance were granted, the spirit of the ordinance would be observed because we're simply remodeling the existing already second floor. Granting the variance would do substantial justice because it's just expanding the living space for the family that's living there now. And much better floor plan, more comfortable floor plan. If the variance is granted, the values of the surrounding properties will not be diminished because we'd be bringing up the value of the neighborhood, in my opinion, by making it a, you know, much nicer house. Unnecessary hardship, owing to special conditions of the property that distinguish them from the other properties in the area, denial of the variance would result in unnecessary hardship because I did the proposed use is reasonable, one, because the second floor already exists. We're not doing that. And then explaining how the criteria of the subparagraph are not established, and necessary hardship will be deemed to exist if and only if owing to special conditions of the property that distinguish it from the other properties in the area. The property cannot be reasonably used in strict conformance with the ordinance, and the variance is therefore necessary to enable a reasonable use for it. The existing layout and floor plan of the home is very uncomfortable for the way it is now, and designed inadequately. So the new floor plan would be much more comfortable for the family living in.
Yeah, it was a nice design, I mean, it looked nice.
Kind of makes you wonder why they even built it that way to begin with.
I know, it didn't, not very usable.
It's a very lofty,
High, but not,
Just be like modern or contemporary or something, or is it,
Yeah.
how old is it?
But there's been an addition that was put on it, you know, that we didn't know, is this, probably about a third of the house in the front was added at
porch
some point
that was
before
added
they,
on.
when they did that, when they did the foundation. The foundation is
Porches, yeah, it's
fantastic,
kind
it's
of
one of the
just
reasons we
odd.
bought
That'll be
that.
this part, right?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
very
that little
odd, yeah.
porch, they must have
We
had.
thought we were gonna do minor changes until we got into it. Then we
That's how it
found out,
goes.
like you said, it's very odd.
So will you be removing that second floor and then repitching the whole thing and reframing it all?
yeah, putting gable ends on it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay,
but staying within the same footprint of the house?
Yep,
Yes,
Just the only
It's
thing
just
that's gonna
the-
be
'cause the
different
foot-
will be
the-
will be the overhang. Is going to pitch out more? Is that what, on one side? Is that what you said?
no, it's not, just because, it's just because it's going up higher than the existing pitch now. Because it's already, so say if we were, if the foundation was 20 feet exactly to the property line, we wouldn't be having this meeting.
Right,
Because that's, we're not going any,
and then you gotta go by, I mean, how much overhang you got on the roof, because that's,
12 inches.
because that actually makes it a little closer, I think. Did Dale
But it has,
talk about that?
yeah, Dale talked about that, and it has rakes on it now, so,
Didn't have too much overhang.
not too much.
right, well, that's why I said to you, I think when you were talking to Kathy and Bonnie, you mentioned, and this little bit of an overhang, so that's why I was
Oh, not by
clarifying.
overhang, by, because the wall's gonna be straight now, and right now there's a pitch. So there's like a triangle there where it's actually gonna be
Right,
bigger.
But in reality, you're probably, the sidewall will be 14.5, but that, you know, the soffit
Yeah.
would be 13.5.
Yep. Got the little overhang.
You wanna,
Oh, I know, I just was
No, I
wanted to know
mean-
what this is gonna look like.
we can, you know, we can give that if you want that extra foot, I guess you'd have to ask for it or something, because I don't know if it will. That's the only thing is the overhang is, sticks out that extra foot, so,
This is all we're discussing anyway for tonight.
what's that?
This is it.
Right. Yeah, so all you got is 14 feet,
We have 14.9, 14.6.
14.6, yeah.
And that's from the foundation, that's not from the existing rakes that are on the house now.
Yeah, the existing rakes are only like one board, right? Three
It
boards.
has a two by, no, shadow board, so that's about at least 3 inches, plus the plywood that's on there now, the siding that's on there now, adds it out, so. I went right from the
I
foundation
mean, we go
itself.
with the 14, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't want Dale to come out there and say, oh, you gotta go back for another.
Oh, no, Dale,
variance, So,
Dale
Okay.
said he wasn't coming because he had no problem with the project at all.
Okay.
He just
yeah, I
needed,
was talking to him today a little bit.
yeah, just needed the
so,
actual, go ahead.
Okay, any other questions? Nothing? Okay, so I'm gonna, before I close the case, like I say, you have the right to a 5-member board if you want, but it's up to you if you want. Did you wanna speak? Did you?
So, Fran Burke, we're 2 down, and we've been in contact with the other neighbors. We totally support the effort that they're doing. That doesn't change the character of the neighborhood at all, and in fact, probably we expect it improves our home prices as well, so. And
Your
straightens things
taxes
out.
will probably go up.
They can't possibly go up from where they are, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys didn't have a lot of numbers in there. You get to the end, you know where the place was, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I think 18 was the only one with a number, I think.
We're the blue and the yellow across,
Yeah,
and that's 14 and 9.
yeah. Did you have a number?
Yeah, the 14 does, because they're all.
Oh, okay. I was looking as I went down the road, I kept thinking,
New math.
it was pretty easy to find in the end. Okay, so you're all right with the four-member board, and so I'm gonna close the hearing and we'll discuss it and make a motion or whatever we.
Anything from either one of you?
No, I did a lot of research when I rebuilt my building, and I'm just confused as to why he's requiring him to get.
It is a question, but
mean,
I
it's
think
the same
because,
setback. It's
because he went up.
He said the airspace is the same.
Right, because he's not up, it's going up higher than what the existing second floor is now in spots.
Like I
So
said,
that's-
if it was 20,
I know, that's-
if the foundation was 20 feet away and we went out a second floor,
would have
he,
no
we wouldn't have to come in here. But because it's already inside the 20-foot mark, and it's,
Said the setback. I wasn't on the zoning board then, but I'm just confused, but I'm not confused for you,
yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
No, even Dale was like, he's like, this is a no-brainer for me, but he's like, the letter of it says you need to do the
Yeah,
variance, and that's fine, so that's what we'll do.
Okay, so there's no opposition, one abutter spoke in favor. Anything from anybody?
No, I'm good.
Right,
Chairman, can I ask one question? When you do decide one way or the other, is that a letter that goes out, an
Because you'll
email?
get a notice of a decision, and,
Okay, through letter or through email? or-
Elena will be sending it out.
yeah, she'll send you a letter.
Okay, awesome.
But anybody can appeal it in 30 days.
Yeah, you gotta wait, I mean, I don't think you're gonna
You don't
rush
want to spend a
too
lot
quick.
of money until the 30 days. is
Right, for
up.
30 days, but,
If you do, it's at your risk. If somebody
Yeah, you-
overturns our decision,
but I mean, there's nobody
unlikely.
here, so
it's very unlikely.
you're probably fairly safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 99.9.
Yeah. Good shape.
How much of a gambler are you? All right, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the request for a variance from Article 2, Section C3A of the Nottingham zoning ordinance to permit the building of an addition to the second floor of an existing two-floor home with a proposed second floor 14 feet from the side property setback where 20-foot setback is required in a residential zone. The property is located at 20 Sunrise Lane in Nottingham and is identified as tax map 1, lot number 25. And this is for case 23-001VA.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve, case 23-001 VA as, read. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Nobody? So we're good?
Good to go.
You're all set?
Thank you
you're-
so much.
Yeah, like you say, you got 30-day
Yep.
kind of a waiting period, but I don't think you'll be rushing too quickly.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be good weather coming in, that's for sure.
Right.
No?
I don't recommend you start tomorrow night.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have minutes? Do we?
Yes, there's a set of minutes in here. Yes.
Fun.
Thank you.
Great to see y'all.
See you too. See you tomorrow night. We have minutes from November in our binders. And we don't have, but I thought we should have the bylaws.
No, that's in March, isn't it? Don't we
It's
do
after
those?
the elections.
After the election.
Everything
But
is-
we had made all of the changes.
Oh, the
made some
changes with
changes to
Kevin?
it. And so I thought we were going to go over
Discuss
those.
them.
Yeah, that probably got lost in,
Okay.
yeah, Kevin, we made just a couple changes, Kevin was gonna do it.
So you made changes and then you just need new ones printed up?
Or sent to us so
Well, we
we can
have to
discuss
vote.
them.
I think we have to
We have to
discuss them.
discuss them and
Sorry, I didn't know.
That's okay.
But we can
Now
do
you
it
do. For,
do it at the next
for our
meeting.
next
We can do
meeting.
it the next meeting.
All right, so,
Which will be after the elections, right?
correct.
Yes.
So I saw the November 15 minutes and I don't remember, I made a couple of changes, I think that was it, but. Anybody else have anything on them? Bonnie, you speed reading them
Speed reading, I'm reminding myself,
of the case? Yeah, because it was November.
it was a while ago. Yeah.
Yes. Ages ago, when you consider that we've had two
Not many
holidays.
meetings.
Yes. It was nice having the time off for the holidays, though.
This is not
We have
when I,
another one coming up this
this
month?
when I had
or no?
shingles, was I even here?
Not yet.
I don't think you were here, maybe.
You were absent.
Yeah, you
I
were
had
absent.
shingles for like 8 weeks,
Oh, wow,
Fun,
9 weeks.
that's a long time.
not
And I
fun.
still walked around, but remember when I saw you and I was really sick that day?
I do remember
Couldn't
that.
come to that meeting, but I think that was this one. It was the month before.
Yeah, there were
Well,
three
actually,
of
I had
us.
seen you earlier in that day or something for
Yes.
this, and you said, I don't
the
think I'll be
recount.
there, but, that's right.
Yeah, it was at the
Yes.
recount.
We only
So
had 3 board members there, actually.
I think it was, I don't think I was here. Was I
No,
here?
no, you said you were
My
absent.
name is on here. Oh, members
No,
absent.
you were absent,
Ah,
yeah.
You
okay.
were speed reading.
So no wonder this doesn't seem familiar.
Doesn't make much sense to you.
Yeah.
But Kathy, you were here, anything?
Nope.
All right. Move to approve the minutes of November 15th of 2022 as currently written.
Second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes for, were they for November?
15, 2022.
Okay, November 15th, 2022. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions or anything, or nothing?
Nope.
Okay.
400.
Do we have a hearing coming up in March, or?
Not yet.
Today was the deadline.
Okay, today was, because when I was in a week or so ago talking to Dale, he thought there was a case, that we might have a case, so I didn't know.
So we won't meet until April.
Well,
Wait, no,
Yeah.
February 27th, next week is the deadline.
Oh, I might have gotten it confused.
That's okay. You might be with the other one. We've got one more week before,
Yeah, I'll let you know if we get one.
okay. and-
now, the other question was, you want, print out, you know, you mailed us all our
Yeah,
paperwork.
if you want, I can keep doing that, or I don't know if it's easier just.
It doesn't-
stuff.
I like having the paper copies, but if you let me know, I can come and pick them up. It doesn't, I live just down the street. It's an easy walk for me.
Okay.
And I can pick them up at Kelly, from either Kelly or Betsy.
Okay.
So, because I know your hours are not, are limited
Yeah,
for this, so just, if you just shoot me a text or an email and say they're ready, come get them, I will do that.
And you can just email mine, and if I want a copy, I will.
okay.
Yeah, you can
Get one.
you can email mine too, I don't mind that.
So you know there's a
Then they'll be in the book when I get here, and I
There's a
will.
bill in front of the legislature to allow detached
EDUs?
ADUs.
Oh, is there a bill now?
It's going to be voted on in I think
I thought we had a choice anyways, but,
We did
No,
years
well,
ago, and
we-
then we didn't.
oh, then it went to attached?
But
Correct.
I reread the ordinance the other day, I didn't see anything that said it had to be attached,
There is,
whatever.
Yeah.
But
I
anyway,
think it is something, there is,
I have the ordinance right here.
Yeah, because we went through this with the one
yeah,
on,
Owen Friend Grade, yeah, on one
no, the,
fifty-six,
yeah, the Whites Grove one.
yeah.
The,
Oh, well, we
the
went with that
green,
one,
the
right,
little
the
green-
White's Grove,
yeah.
and then we did,
Yeah, yeah, and
then
then.
we did
yeah.
Owen,
the Whites Grove one, did they have a lot of land?
they had quite a bit of land.
I
Yeah,
remember.
Yeah.
It was a-
And the
the
front,
greenhouse is in the front, and
one,
then, yeah,
the front part sat, like, it was kind of almost up to the setbacks or beyond the setback.
right.
So then he wanted to build something behind it, so.
Oh, that's right, this is the new one, and I haven't. Family dwelling,
I had to find it.
that's. I used to have it all marked out, and then they came out with a new one.
Find it?
Not yet.
Does the thing help you?
No, it doesn't. I wish it did.
What page is it on, Teresa?
I don't know, because this is the new
The new ordinance,
one, yes,
copy of it, the newly
from
improved?
2020,
I know I
22.
found it the last time, before Owen came in, I did look at it. Don't remember where it was. Yeah, that was another one, on that, the case we just did, there was, Dale had said something about the aquifer zone, but when you look at the map, this place wasn't in the aquifer zone at all, so that's something we didn't
Deal with.
have to deal with.
Well, it's so interesting, because I specifically remember Paul was at the old building inspector telling me that the setback only applies to the footprint, because I have a cantilevered second
Right,
floor, just a
right.
couple of feet, Terry, but.
Right.
I know,
and
you
I'm
would
in
think
the-
you would.
I'm in the setback from the street anyway.
You would think you would only need a variance if you were going higher than 35 feet, but,
You would think so.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's.
But I guess he's treating it because, yeah, so you didn't have anything, so I don't know.
I didn't have to do anything except rebuild that old shed, and I put there was no second floor on it.
Right.
I couldn't
Well,
expand without coming to the zoning board, which I didn't dare do before I was on the board. But I could put a second floor on it.
All right, I
Well,
don't
you
see
might be
ADUs
back
in
here
here.
after Dale reads the minutes.
No, it's more than 10 years ago. I think that's only how
You're
far
safe.
back they can go.
Did you find it?
I don't see it in our ZO, but this,
It was in
but
here,
our,
right?
it was, but in our, state book, it says one accessory dwelling unit shall be allowed without additional requirements for lot space, blah, 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 blah. And,
Oh, here's the ADU right here.
What page, Terry?
Page 4 and 5.
how did I miss that?
Yeah,
I don't
five.
know.
It's practically the beginning.
Yeah,
And it says here, an interior door shall be provided
Right.
between the principal dwelling unit and the ADU unit, but municipality shall not
Number
require
7,
it
I
remain.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, without that door, I suppose that makes it,
That it has to be attached, except that line wasn't always in there. They added that in, so I'm surprised they're going with a detached, but I'm pleased that they are.
no, not the town, this is the state.
Correct.
State law.
Correct.
I don't think the
is this
state
the
added
state,
that
is this the
interior
town's
door.
law or state law?
This is the town, this is the
The
state.
state allows the town to choose whether they're
Right,
detached
that's what they used to do, yeah.
or either. Or they did allow. No, because of the housing crisis, they're looking at everything.
What, see?
Nothing they've done so far has alleviated the housing crisis in this state.
Well, I don't think they've actually made it any easier at all.
No, they have, in our zoning ordinance, we have workforce housing. That's an economic disaster. Nobody's gonna do it because it doesn't pay
Correct.
enough you can't rent them for enough to make it pay for itself.
Well, it's the same thing with the rent-controlled housing. Either for, families or the seniors, it's all rent-controlled.
It is already?
No, what I'm saying is, those are rent-controlled, so that's why they're not as popular as the single-family units are.
Because they don't work. You can't borrow enough to pay for itself with the rents. So that means it's coming out of your pocket, so who's gonna do it?
Well, they're working their ways around that.
Okay, is that it? Do we have a,
You mentioned something about training for new members. Is it all still, or even older members, is it all still via Zoom or something and no in-person training that you're aware of through the state?
I remember mentioning that.
Okay.
Like, I told you about trainings?
Yeah, I may be confusing you with the
NHMA
other.
does trainings.
I know they do, but the last,
Oh, you're talking about
There's
the email I
email.
sent out
yeah, you
last
mailed
week.
it.
okay, so it was,
Yeah, okay, yeah, Ed had asked me to send that out to everybody, both boards, yes, I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, so those are just webinars that you can watch
Okay.
anytime, if you didn't go to the actual one, they were, and then there's some links, so.
okay. So there's no current in-person
Not that I know
NHMA
about,
sessions? Okay.
but if I hear of anything, I can definitely forward it.
No, it's okay, just
I
was
get
wondering.
tons of those emails from different organizations.
Okay. Anybody?
We have a motion?
Move to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Adjourn.
Okay, second?
Second it.
Okay, motion and a second to adjourn, all those in favor?
Aye.